Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day. Today is a 381, day 381, and we are continuing our journey with the theme of commitment, that sacred inner resolve that sustains our spiritual path. Over the last few days, we have been exploring how commitment is not just about effort, but it is also about presence and return. Tonight, we will further dwell into a beautiful insight. Why do we keep showing up day after day? Why do we take time to clean our inner impressions or offer our prayer? It's not an obligation, it is love. Love for the Master, love for the divine, and love for our own evolution, and love for the world we wish to uplift through our own transformation. When love matures, it takes the form of commitment. And when commitment deepens, it refines our love. On the outside, nothing may seem different. We may go to work, care of our responsibilities, and move through our routines. But inwardly, something profound shifts. A silent vow begins to govern our life, a vow to live from the heart, to follow the inner call, and to let the beloved Master shape our destiny. This vow is not made once, it is made quietly every day. With every choice, we recommit. With every meditation, we reaffirm. With every challenge, you are given a chance to prove, yes, I am still walking. Yes, I'm still committed. In heartfulness, we are not asked to be loud or forceful. We are asked to be sincere. Babuji Maharaj often said, even if you fall 1,000 times, get up again and walk. This is not a path of perfection. It is a path of sincerity, and it is a path of our inner growth. When we live with this spirit, commitment becomes effortless for us. Not because life is easy, but because our heart is engaged. Dear sisters and brothers, moving ahead in the session, sacred commitment grows in the community. And if you have been finding meaning in these sessions, consider gently inviting others into this sacred space as well. A family member, a colleague, a friend. You never know whose heart may be waiting to hear this call. You can also introduce them to the Heartfulness Master Classes, a beautiful way to begin their journey on meditation and inner connection. We will now turn towards our inspirational reading, which is on the article Failure to Attain the Next Stage and Failure to Retain a Stage by Daji. We had read few sections and now we'll resume the reading. Swami Vivekananda describes it thus: some days or weeks when you are practicing, the mind will be calm and easily concentrated, and you will find yourself progressing fast. All of a sudden, the progress will stop one day, and you will find yourself as it was stranded. Persevere. All progress proceeds by rise and fall. So, courage and faith are required to avoid losing hope and focus in this process. If we keep starting and stopping, nothing is possible because our neural pathways need the automatism of regular practice to become so well established that our new level of consciousness becomes habitual, automatic, and subconscious. Why is there such a need? It is so that our mind is freed up to learn new things at a conscious level. Unless and until this habitual nature is established, any activity remains conscious and incomplete. Once it becomes subconscious, we have fully imbibed and become one with any spiritual stage. That is why so much to have one goal and to keep reminding ourselves that we need to reach that goal, even if the journey is difficult at times. But perhaps the biggest reason we are victims of Alabda Bhumi Katva and Anavashtitattvani is our inability to change our character and behavior. As a result, we don't retain a spiritual level even if a capable master takes us there. Often we are not even cognizant of the character traits that pulls us backwards. And even when we are, we may think that we have changed, but then a stressful situation takes us back into old habits again. This is such a common problem that nature, in her generosity, has given us each others as mirrors. We see this in everyday life. Anything that annoys us in another person is what we need to work upon in ourselves. Without a noble character, spiritual progress is of weeks. Swami Vivekananda has described it beautifully. Stages do nothing at the time of death. Moderation is required, and that is lacking everywhere. Spirituality alone can do nothing. It must go side by side with morality. This aspect of psychology is why Yama and Niyama are the first two steps in Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. Yama is the removal of all unwanted qualities, and Niyama is the integration of noble qualities in the refinement of a lifestyle. And in heartfulness, we have so much help with both these steps. Meditation allows us to introspect and evaluate ourselves. Cleaning removes the root samskars that result in behavioral habits and tendencies. Prayer gives us a way to connect with the divine and submit our weakness and faults so that we can change. Every day, we can recalibrate and follow a path of continuous improvement. It is a simple solution to one of the most difficult problems facing human beings since time immemorial. Article by Kamlesh Patel. Dear sisters and brothers, with this we have completed the article, and let us now prepare ourselves to offer the universal prayer together with lot of love in our hearts. Let us now offer the universal prayer. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. May the waves of our collective prayer bring peace and love to all of humanity. Dear sisters and brothers, as we draw close to the day, let us offer our bedtime prayer and the gentle reflections of the day, and offer the nighttime prayer, surrendering our day into the divine hands of beloved Master with gratitude, with faith, and with renewed resolve. We thank you all for joining the evening session today and walking this path with sincerity. And as we continue through this week, let us pull close this truth that commitment is not about how perfectly we walk, but about how often we return to the path. It is the daily yes whispered through efforts, love, and remembrance. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the morning session at 6 a.m. as we continue our exploration of commitment, a principle that transforms intention into evolution. Until then, dear sisters and brothers, rest in stillness, walk in grace, and rise with purpose. Wishing you all a very good night.